EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us a dozen miles east of the National Mall at the home of the Commanders here in Landover, Maryland. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the New York Giants and the Washington Commanders. On the Giants sideline, it is Brian Dable trying to turn things around. Playoffs 2 years ago, very disappointing 3-14 mark a year ago. Opposite him is Dan Quinn in his second season as the head coach of the Commanders. So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. So here come the Commanders, and they are led by the Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2024. Greg, it was such a good rookie campaign for Jaden Daniels out of LSU.
Mike, as I think back to opening day over my years of playing in the NFL, it didn't matter if I was a rookie or going into my 14th season. I think every player goes into that game with just a little bit of extra nerves, thinking new season, new opportunity. Can I still do this at a high level? And man, you get through that first game and it feels like you can finally take a deep breath and let the season unfold. There's going to be a lot of nerves in this one here today, but the team that settles down the fastest and just gets back to playing ball, they're going to have a big advantage coming away with a big win today.
He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
A pass complete to Noah Brown. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
And here's plenty backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13.
Here we go.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniel. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time. And 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun on 3rd down. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. A run from the man out of Purdue. That's Tyrone Tracy. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Just shy of midfield. Here's 2nd and 1. They go play action now. Wilson. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First catch for him on this new season, and it results in a first down. On the give, it's Tracy. It'll be a short pickup down to the 22. It was Dutrois with the tackle that time. It is 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. And the strength on display, rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards. Come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll be taken down, but we have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down. The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Cam Scatterboo. Touchdown, Giants. For Scatterboo, 24 total TDs last year at Arizona State. This his first in the NFL. Now it's Grant Gano for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Giants have their first lead of the new year. They're up 7-0 here in the season opener. Nothing is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, Noah Igbenogany. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So, Greg, here are the Commanders, and could anything change in a year the way everything around Washington did? Coaching, quarterback play, future of the franchise, it all just turned around off that great season. Now they got to do it on the field again here this year.
Yeah, and you just can't say enough about Dan Quinn. And you and I, we've sat in a lot of meetings with him over the years, Mike. And when he walks in the room, you just feel good. You feel confident. You feel he's under control. He's just one of those guys that has an aura about him that just makes you say, you know what, that guy's in charge, and I'm just going to go wherever he tells me. And you kind of saw that happen on a roster that I would say was a good roster. They were superstar at quarterback with Jane Daniels, but the rest of their roster still was a work in progress. So as they continue to acquire new players, continue to build that roster around Daniels, I'll tell you what, I think they won 12 last year. I wouldn't be surprised to see them hover around that same number and compete to win in what's a difficult division with the Eagles. But when it comes to the end of the season, I think they're going to be right there with them.
And in motion is Brown. On first down, it's Robinson. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
On the run to the right.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the shotgun, it's Daniel. That one pulled in by Brown. And it's a gain of 19 to the 19-yard line.
They do a really nice job of picking up the pressure, and that's what allows him to have the time to go through his entire progression. He sees his check down wide open, gets the ball into his hands, and he does the rest.
A gift, and here comes Robinson. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the first down. The
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the one, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal.
Let's go.
Here's Rodriguez. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Chris Rodriguez. Touchdown, Commanders.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This one taken at the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So, Greg, here are the Giants, and here's a team that really needs to start going in the right direction. They've had double-digit losses 7 of the last 8 years, including 3 and 14 a year ago. So what are the pieces to start getting this thing in a much more positive direction?
Well, I think on the positive side, Mike, I think at least on the defensive side of the ball, you're seeing them really start to accumulate some top-tier defensive players. They're young, they're athletic, they're fast. So that's a good thing. But now on the offensive side of the ball, they probably have one of the most interesting quarterback rooms in the entire league, right? They got Jameis Winston, they got Russell Wilson, they draft Jackson Dart. So the question is Russell Wilson the Week 1 starter and the Week 18 starter? Or is he just on a short leash until they feel they can get the young rookie up to speed? So I think there's a lot of questions for Brian Daboll and this offensive staff. Who's the quarterback? Is it the short term? Is it the long term? And if so, is one of those quarterbacks capable of competing in the NFC East?
Giants football here to begin the second quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 coming up. Wilson. Throw left side, that's Johnson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Scatterboot. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down. A field goal, no gimme from this distance. They'll go on 4th down. Open man left side, he's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they wind up getting 13 on 4th down.
First down, New York.
They'll run with Tracy. They'll take this down right to the edge of the red zone. 21. Frankie Louvu there to make the play defensively. Here's a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Throw, right side, taken in by Neighbors. And he's in! Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York. For Russell Wilson, career touchdown pass, 351, but number 1 as a New York Giant. Gano on to add the extra point. He's got it. The Giants will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Commanders 7.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Hey, Greg, you think about the NFC East, I was always fond of saying, you're not allowed to rebuild in the NFC East. Think about these fan bases, Philly, Washington, Dallas, the Giants. Their fans don't stand rebuilds very often. Always feels a different pressure in this division to be one of the best teams in the league every year.
And it's just such a fun division. And last year with Washington turning it around so quickly, Chase Daniels and Dan Quinn, what a great story that was. And then, of course, with Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champs, clearly towards the end of the season, it was pretty evident, at least to all of us, that they were the best team, and that's exactly how things played out. So if you're at the bottom looking up, unlike some of these other divisions where you say, okay, maybe I'm not as far behind as it feels, in the NFC East, Mike, there's just not a lot of easy wins in your division, especially if you're the Giants.
We talk about history, and sometimes people go back 5 or 10 years. I just think back to the generations of great matchups amongst these teams. Greg, when any one of these teams goes to visit the other one, it feels like a historic NFL game because of the legacy. That, to me, is why the NFC East is one of the sexiest divisions in all of sports, not just the NFL.
And it has more of kind of like a college football vibe, right? There's rivalries. The fans kind of they hate each other. They're yelling at each other. They're throwing things at the field. It has a little bit more of a college arch enemy, arch rival type of vibe. And I think that's why it's so fun to football fans all across the league. Whether you're a fan of a team in the East or not, when those two teams are on and they're playing each other, you want to tune in.
Left side, it's caught by Brown. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal now. Tackle made at the 9.
1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Right back to Brown. He's got it again. And he'll get into the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. For Daniels, last year's Offensive Rookie of the Year. First touchdown pass of his sophomore season. Now Gay for the extra point. He's got it. And the Commanders will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones, right? You talk about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run. He can still make every catch. He can still go up and compete at the high point. I think you put Davante Adams with Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, in that offense run by Sean McVay. I think that's a sneaky, maybe not a sneaky because he's a really household name, but I think that's a great signing.
And always interesting from the offseason, the quarterback movement and unique ties. Some of the biggest names were or now are Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, now the guy that is going to line up behind center for Seattle, Mike, is Sam Darnold. And, of course, we all saw that incredible season he had last year in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson and that really dynamic Vikings offense. So now he goes to Seattle. I think he's going to have an inspired Cooper Kupp. He was let go from the Rams. If he's healthy, he's a big weapon. Jackson Smith and Jigba. He has some pieces in that puzzle that he can push the ball downfield to. So I'm excited to see Sam. That's what everyone thought he was going to be coming out of college when he was a high draft pick of the New York Jets.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he's close to another 1st down. Brought down just shy of the marker.
It takes a certain guy in that slot position to be willing and able to go across the middle of the defense on those in-breaking routes. You can tell this guy, he doesn't care. He is fearless going across the middle, and he's able to secure a nice catch.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And he'll fight forward, doesn't get a hold up, and he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
Here's a run. And he's into the end zone. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, New York. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
The kick is good. It's the score, Giants 21, Commanders 14. To kick off for New York.
So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Commanders' offense ready for this next possession. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. Dexter Lawrence taking him down for a first sack for this new campaign. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play.
Turn his TV off. Cougar 19. Cougar 19.
To throw is Daniels. A throw on the move is caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. That is incomplete. Great run to get in there. Make things difficult. It's up 4th down.
So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with this call when you've made the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short, bomb, punt. I do love 3rd and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
At the 46-yard line.
Now it's 2nd and 1. From the shotgun, Wilson. That is caught downfield. It's Johnson, the tight end. Now a timeout, Giants. That is their 2nd. They'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's caught. It's Robinson. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. The Giants going to call their third and final timeout. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock. So not quite first and goal. It's first and 10. They're pretty close. That one, take it in. Wandale Robinson. Touchdown, Giants.
New York.
That was just too easy, Mike. It's just straight man coverage. Great route by the receiver on the slant. You just can't give up an inside release deep in your own end zone. Because as you just saw, it's pitch and catch.
Now, Gano for the extra point. He's got it. And the Giants have doubled their advantage. It is now a 28-14 game.
Commanders 14.
How many heads I gotta take to level my aesthetics? Hurry up and get your muscle up. We got the plyometric. Ran up by the Luxman, so up the highest metric. The city just made a sweep with the diabetic. The mouths were full of deceit. Let these cowards tell it.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Now timeout signal for them, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
Take the snap and go down to a knee. So, halftime straight ahead. And we go down to Scott Hansen, who has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Today is the day. The debut of our new halftime show. Buckle up, everyone. I think you're going to like it. Our trip around the NFL starts now, and it starts with a good one in the AFC West. And it's Patrick Mahomes making the connection to Rashee Rice. 18 yards, it's a touchdown. From there, why don't we go to South Philly, look in on the Eagles as they're hosting the Dallas Cowboys. And this is Devontae Smith. He'll take it all the way to the end zone. What a play for the score. The Eagles begin their title defense with a victory in the season opener. Lastly, let's go down to the Big Easy. The New Orleans Saints hosting the Arizona Cardinals. And it's Cam Akers. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Saints on top in this one at halftime. Time for a look here at the rest of the games going on and what's to come here in Week 1 of the new NFL season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll go to the ground, and here's Tracy on first down. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On second down, here's Wilson. That's caught left side by Bellinger. And he's out of bounds, close to the 45-yard line. Here's first and 10.
First down, New York.
Now it's Tracy looking to run. And a good one here on the ground across midfield. Let's give him 9 for the carry. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and a yard. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now is one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's good for a Giants first down. Back to throw. Wilson. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Darius Slayton was the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down. On second down, Russ. He'll get it into the hands of Slayton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. It's going to be third. They need 1. A carry here for Tracy. And he's in. Tracy. Touchdown, New York. That his second touchdown now here in the season opener.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get touched. And an unfortunate defensive breakdown here ends up costing him 6 points.
Gano on to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the Giants will extend this third quarter lead.
Commanders 14.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Returning is Igbenogany. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 wins straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument if they're a playoff team that Joe Burrow is the best player. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They might not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were the high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Michael Parsons, like that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all the stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. We missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work. So body him up and set up a 3rd down. From the shotgun on 3rd down. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there. The sack that might take them out of field goal range.
Certain guys just have a knack for making splash plays, and I don't even think you can really coach it. I mean, this guy, first he has a pick, now a sack. He comes up with a fumble recovery, Mike. He's getting the football equivalent of a hat trick, and there's no mistake about it. This guy is balling.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This one is caught by Robinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a 1st down. It's a gain of 28.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the Commanders' 23-yard line.
On the ground, here's Tracy. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he'll take this one in. Darius Slayton. Touchdown, New York.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. If you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Scott, thanks. I bet you there's 2 different, very different, in fact, halftime speeches from the head coaches as we get set for half number 2. Earn from the 3. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. the Commanders' offense ready to get back to work. Well, Greg, this is going to take a lot of self-reflection here. You build up so much for the season opener. To struggle like this has got to be a tough feeling.
Yeah, we've never spoken to a team before their Week 1 matchup where they didn't tell us this is the best training camp they've ever had, it's the best roster they've ever had. I mean, how many times have we heard that? So in this case, though, Mike, I think you have to be careful that you don't overcorrect. Of course, this did not go according to plan. This is not what they've been building to through their entire offseason schedule, but it's still also just one game. So don't throw everything in the garbage and start all over. Don't throw out all the hard work from the previous offseason. Stay the course, fix what went wrong, improve, and move on to Week 2.
On first down, Daniels has caught left side. That's Ertz. And he'll only manage a couple of yards before he's out of bounds. From the 46, here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Open man, right side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down.
So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch. And that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game. Don't stress the protection. And while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he will have the Commanders' 1st down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Washington Commanders 1st down. 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Drive will start on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. 3rd and a yard.
On the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have a Giants 1st down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. They'll stay on the ground. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down. At the 36-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He's got his man. That's Neighbors. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Another really nice throw right there, and as you can see the numbers he's been able to put up here, I'm a little surprised, if I'm being honest, Mike, with just how easy it seems to have been. It just seems like he's made every right decision every time that he's decided to throw the ball.
Wilson now, off the bootleg. Right back to Neighbors, he's got it again. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, Mike, sometimes we try to make NFL football a lot harder than it is. When you have a reliable target like this, and he just continues to get open, and you realize the defense simply can't cover him, there's no reason to look anywhere else. Not only has he put together a tremendous game statistically, but he's just been flat-out dominant.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 9. They'll stick with him again. And he's just pushing the out of the way, powering forward for a gain of 8.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. On 4th down, the veteran Graham Gano for the Giants field goal try. This a 46-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And the Giants will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
Graham Gano now, following the field goal, back to kick this one away. This taken at the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. Brian Daboll there, the head coach of the Giants, his guys heading back out for their next possession. And they have done all you could ask for, closing in on a road victory to start the campaign as they try to finish things off here in quarter number 4. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now Daniels. Pass brought in by Samuel. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
Daniels now going to look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down. They'll motion over Samuel. Throwing again. Daniel. He gets it to Samuel, left side.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Daniels going to throw again. Right side. Catch made by McLaurin. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. Taking off. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. Do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
At this stage of the game, there's something positive towards the end of this game, and I think that score will help do just that.
Game to add the PAT. The kick is good. The Commanders are able to cut into the deficit.
Commanders 21.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This is fielded inside the 5. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Brian Daboll there, the head coach of the Giants. His guys heading back out for their next possession. And this place starting to empty out now. A few visiting fans will be here and enjoy the celebratory moments. Their guys have come in here and put together a complete performance, a well-earned road victory. A short one there to Bellinger. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
So a road win here for the Giants. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.